Hi, now we're going to look at Chapter 2 of EBusiness Concepts, Internet Business Models and Strategies. Learning objectives, describe key elements of Internet-based business model, explain similarities and differences between B2C and B2B, explain the similarities and differences between models based on bricks and clicks, and describe key revenue generating approaches used by Internet business models. So a business model is defined as a way a business organizes itself to achieve its objectives, involves the generation of profits, Internet business model represents the way a business uses the internet to support, amplify, or to develop its overall business model, integral part of a business strategy. So a business model denotes a general description of how a business structures its activities to earn profits, while the term strategy focuses on the specific choices for a unique position in its industry. So if you look at business model components, here they are: external forces, markets and forces, customers, core business processes, core products and services, alliances, strategic management process, and also resource management processes. So let's look at some of them. So external forces, political, economical, social, and technological factors, pressures and forces from outside the entity that create opportunities for the entity or threaten its business objective. Markets, formats, and customers. Markets refer to the domains in which the entity may choose to operate and the design and location of facilities. Customers include the individuals and organizations that purchase the entity's outputs. Customers also include the workforce of the company. This is also considered to be customers. So markets are often defined based on their business model, which could include B2C models and or B2B models represent a higher proportion of e-business activity today. And as we saw last time, there's other categories: B2E, business to everyone, G2C, and G2B. Now the core business processes, so not most businesses today have some degree of internet presence for sure. The bricks versus clicks, which means bricks is a store and clicks is the internet or online. Label is used to distinguish the degree to which core business processes depend on the internet. So examples include Canadian Tire and Shoppers Drug Mart. The clicks label is applied to business models that are solely or predominantly based on the internet, while the bricks label is applied to business models that are solely or predominantly based on provision of goods and services through physical outlets such as stores. Now they use the word bricks, but even they further on use the terminology of bricks and mortar. And it looks something like this. Now if we look at what's really important, and this is what you have to choose for your set analysis that you have to do in groups of the company that you're going to choose. You're going to have to choose one of the following or more than one of the following products or services, which often define e-business revenue models. So here they are. Merchant model, sales of non-digital and digital products. Merchant models could be a pure play e-tailer like Apple iTunes, or now Surf and Turf site, well, example Sears, that doesn't exist anymore. Direct sales by manufacturer model, non-digital and digital products. And then you've got manufacturer service model. This is indirect revenue. Product manufacturers use the web to provide customer service support for their products. A subscription model, some businesses have users subscribe to their site paying a monthly fee. You have utility model. This is a user pay-as-you-go site. It offers specific services on demand for a fee. Certainly CompuServe is an original company on the internet. Just tells you how old this presentation can be. Unfortunately, it's really missing a little bit of up to date, so don't pay attention to that. Then you've got infomerciary model. Sites that build on the economic value of information about people's purchasing habits are referred to as infomerciaries. Licensing model. These are often applied to long-lived intellectual property such as software. So the customer pays a one-time licensing fee to be able to use or resell software. Please don't pay attention to the examples. It actually tells you a story, right? When you see these type of examples that show up in this kind of presentation, which is really not that old, but already some of these companies or examples that you have are non-existent and outdated. Here are some more. Advertising model. The site makes its profit from advertising content or messages through banner ads and click-through counts. Yes, Google, AltaVista, don't think so. It used to be an original site or search engine. Affiliate model. Payment of commissions to sites hosting banner ads when sales are made to customers using them to enter the site. Community model. Community sites depend on user loyalty and community identification for their viability. I don't think Second Life exists anymore. Oh, I could be wrong, but I don't think it does. I can check that out. And you've got also brokerage model. Brokers bring buyers and sellers together and facilitate transactions between them. So revenues are generated through a variety of transaction fees and commission charges. Right, so then internet business models and business strategy. Well, business models can be combined in various ways to achieve business goals. So in your project that you're going to do with analysis of an e-business strategy of a company, do take a look and see if you're going to have more than one model when it comes to business or your company. So a specific model or combination of models that a business uses helps to define its internet or e-business strategy. The e-business strategy defines the organization's value proposition, which differentiates its business, that's spelled wrong, its business offerings from those of its competitors. It is vital that organizations fit their e-business strategy into a corporate strategy in order to achieve success. So do pay attention to how this presentation offers an insight on sometimes that mistakes are made easily, and especially how e-business today moves so quickly that even this presentation is most of it outdated. Fitting the e-business strategy into the corporate strategy. So strategic planning exercises involve developing a broad vision, considering constraints and assumptions that guide the vision, and defining strategic objectives for the business. So strategic plan would often address 5 key areas: arenas where the entity will be active, in other words the market; vehicles for moving towards goal achievement, acquisitions; differentiators that represent competitive advantages; staging the speed and sequence of moves; and also economic logic for obtaining returns on investments, low cost producer, let's say. So here would be a strategic planning process. You might be questioned on this somewhere along the way, so it's a good idea to pay attention to this. So fitting e-business strategy into a corporate strategy. This planning must be consistent with the organization's IT strategy and overall corporate strategy. This, of course, is a known fact today. And so e-business planning involves defining how e-business can help achieve the firm's overall objectives, assessing gaps between current IT resources and performance capabilities, of course, formulating strategies to fill gaps, competitive gap, defensive gap, or cooperative strategies, You also need to perform a risk assessment to identify weaknesses and controls, define IT policies, define a tactical plan, and also measuring e-business performance. A lot of information. I would suggest very strongly to take a closer look at the PDF that comes with this. And when you have any questions, we could identify them and we can certainly talk about that. So, summarize, business models often have several components which influence organizations' business strategies. Internet business models shape e-business strategies, and also to achieve success, organizations need to ensure there is a fit between e-business strategy and the corporate strategy. The strategic planning process for business needs to be carefully crafted and consistent with IT strategy and overall corporate strategy. A lot of strategy, and e-business planning involves quite a few activities. So like I said, please do take a look at the PDF. There's a lot more information or details that you have to look at that involves other information. Thank you.